Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do another glue test. So what I've done is I've printed out PLA, PLA Plus, PETG, ABS and ASA, and the idea is I'm going to stick these down with different glues to see what's effective and what's not effective. So the glues I'm going to be using is the Gorilla Gel Super Glue, 5-minute epoxy. So this is the Aerodite brand, WeldOn 16, and WeldOn 3. Okay, so we're back again. I've set everything up. I put some pieces of timber there and clamped them down so we can clamp everything at 90 degrees. All the gluing surfaces have been milled flat to get rid of any elephant feet. So first up, I'll glue everything with gel super glue. Next up is the 5-minute epoxy. So I'll try and mix it 50-50. So here in Australia, the Aerodite brand is a known good brand. It's not a cheap brand of epoxy. As I said, this is the 5-minute setting stuff. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, so next up is the WeldOn 16. It's a bit oozy there. So the last one is the WeldOn 3. I'll have to just prepare this. I've got a mask and that to put on. So I always wear a full face mask with the organic filter on it. Okay, I've got the mask on now, so I'm just gonna brush the WeldOn with a paintbrush. Because it's quite runny, I'll just have to run a little bit under here. Okay, that's everything glued up, so we'll let that sit for a day and come back and do a test on how strong the bond's been. Welcome back. It's been a day now, so all the glue is set. I've removed it from the clamps, and I've added some cable ties to each one. So the rig is just a simple pulley here. I've got a 3 litre bucket that I'm going to fill with water slowly, and when the joint breaks, we can work out then how much force was required to break the joint, and we can have a good comparison. It's going to be a bit tedious, so I'll fast forward past, I'll fast wind through all of this. So the video is not too long. The first one is PLA with CA joint. Well, that's the 3 litre bucket filled up with water on CA16. So I'm now going to have to use a 10 litre bucket. Okay, a couple interesting points. PLA clearly broke. The PLA Plus also clearly broke at the seam at the glue joint. PETG was the same. The WeldOn 3 was still holding at the end there, but the rest of the joint had failed. The ABS is it, and the CA, the print broke on the corner, and the WeldOn 16, it broke the 3D print and not the joint. See here that the print snapped off, so that where the joint was, it's still solid. The ASA, you can see that the The print failed. The CA glue was still holding the joint together. The WeldOn 16. Okay, so it was the print that was failing. The joint's still solid. That's why it bent forward. But the WeldOn 3, the joint failed. There's no penetration or anything of no damage to the print. So I'll tabulate all that up and I'll show you a picture of what the results were. So we'll just go through some of the observations of these test results. The PLA and CA glue 0.8, I don't know why that is so low. Possibly an error on my part for not putting enough glue on the joint or cleaning it or something, I'm not sure. I would have expected it to be the same as the PLA plus. Big surprise with the ABS and the ASA with the CA glue. Both of them, the joint was that strong that the filament ended up breaking, not the joint. The epoxy, somewhat disappointing. I would have thought that would have been stronger than the CA. I guess on this sort of test, it's not a jarring test. The CA tends to be a bit more brittle than the epoxy. But yes, the epoxy was a lot lower all round. WeldOn 16, being a solvent, very interesting results. You can see that it must be melting the PLA, the ABS and the ASA to get that strong joint, but the PETG, it's not affecting that plastic at all. So there's it's just the glues, there's no solvent melting at all. WeldOn 3, somewhat lower than I thought it would be, maybe because of the how thin the glue is, and it's not doing any gap filling. All the lower pieces were facing upwards, so that means that there was top layer lines there. I didn't run any ironing on the printed part, so maybe the WeldOn 3 was filling in those gaps and lost some of its adhesion that way. All up, I think a good result for WeldOn 16. Obviously it depends on what you're trying to glue together and whether you want it to be quick setting or slow setting, because WeldOn 16 is a reasonably slow setting glue. But hope you found something useful out of this. Me personally, I'm going to use WeldOn 16 a little bit more. I think I'll still acetone weld the ABS and the ASA, purely because it's a lot cheaper than the WeldOn 16, and I don't think the joints are any less strong. But yes, until my next video, catch you later.